back. This is going to be part 7 of the Smash TV. We're going to finish this thing up. Should only take a couple hours. I want to get right at it. Let's start by putting the Williams speaker grill on there, and then we'll put the T-molding on, which is red actually, because I looked at a bunch of pictures this morning and everything showed it to be red. So we're putting red on. Just got to find my Phillips bit real quick so we can get the speaker grill put on. Don't know where I put it. That does look awesome. Using new screws because the original ones, they literally caked them with so much blue paint inside of them that I can't even get it out other than sandblasting them. All right, that's done. We're going to move right into the T-molding. Put a little high cut in this one here. Another one on the inside. The inside one, you don't have to make a pie cut, you just have to make a slit. One side, or the upper side. Got to trim the back flush. other side on off camera. Same exact thing. Throw the other side on, and then I'm not sure what we're gonna do next. Okay, we're just gonna stick this lower bar on that holds the glass. Obviously we don't have the glass, but I want to kind of just put all the pieces on here so that they have all the screws and everything. I think I need actually longer screws. Those don't feel like they're biting really well. Try a longer one in here. Alright, I'm going to finish screwing that on. Okay, the upper and lower marquee brackets are drying, and the one that goes on the back of the control panel is also drying. I painted it last night, but the one that goes on here had a little bit of blotchiness, so just went over it with a little bit more paint just to make it look a little better. So I think now I'm going to cut these wires down so that we can pin them. So I'll record it, but I'll do it in a fast motion. But I want to get these cut down so that we can make them more manageable, and then we can solder the other sides onto the control panel. Now I'm going to mark these. Of course, I do not have a marker. Okay, I'm going to mark these because they're all the same color wires on each side. So I want to mark player 1 and player 2 side. I'll take the tape off afterwards. And when I put the connectors on there, I'm going to put one on one way and one on the other way so that you cannot connect them backwards and have, what am I trying to say here? Not have, you can't plug them in backwards. So this is what I'm going to be working on now. Get these pinned, and then we'll take the extra length of wire, and then we can start putting the control panel together. We do need to router that T-molding groove real quick too. Okay, so if you look here, I have the first side done. I'll do the second side off camera. So we have the male pins on this side, female pins on this side. This will be the player 1 harness. So this will plug in. This is our ground wire, and this will do both sides. And then what I'm going to do is on this set of wires, I'm going to put the male side over here and the female side on the other side, and then you can't get the two crossed. Okay, all the wiring is made. I have player 1, player 2, I have my ground wire, I have my harness made, one of the two harnesses, these two harnesses here for the coin door area. So we're looking pretty good here. I want to put on those marquee brackets real quick that I painted. Get these out of the way. And then we're going to router the control panel, and then we'll be ready to wire up the control panel, get the joysticks mounted, all that. Okay. All right, let me get the router and we'll get that T-molding groove cut, put the T-molding on, and then we gotta get the wiring done for that control panel, and then we'll wire the coin door, and pretty much gonna be about done after that. So not too much more to go, really. There is, but there isn't. A lot of soldering and stuff. All right, let's get this routered. First thing I need to do is center this piece of metal on the control panel, back side here. Right about there. Okay. Now we can put the T-molding on. Too long. Now, what I like to do with the back sides of these is I like to put a staple through them, because over time these will pop loose. So I'm going to grab my stapler and we'll put a staple there and there once I bend it around. Okay. Let's go see how it fits. Still got to do the latches on the back side, but that's not a big deal. They got wires in the way, but there it is. Looking good. So now we can mount the joysticks and the player 1 and player 2 start buttons, and then start soldering the wires on the back side of the buttons and joystick. Okay, let's get the joysticks mounted. Now, if you notice, I drew a plus sign, okay? If you draw a plus sign through the center of the hole both ways, you can get this webbing here and line it up, and then your joystick will be pretty damn straight. I'm gonna have to run up to the house and grab 2 white buttons. He had 1 white button, but I'll just see if I have 2 new ones. I'm not going to put the joysticks in yet because I want to wire it. If I put the joysticks in, they're going to be sitting on them. It's going to make the panel all wobbly. I did put some paper towels down to keep it from scratching it. Now these don't matter really which way you put them. It's just all in how you wire it. Okay, got everything mapped out. I just wrote it on the back of the control panel because then it's always there. Wire falls off or something stupid happens, they know what goes where. So I just wrote everything in here, and I was right with the blue, purple, white, and gray wires. They do go to the joystick. Those are the fire buttons in all directions. Now I do need to see if these are 8-way or 4-way setup. That does make a difference on how you put the joystick together, because it could be 8-way or 4-way. By the looks of it, I don't know, I would think it would be 8-way, but we'll see. So everything's labeled on here, ready for me to solder wires on. And then I looked up and got all my colors. So my coin door green is the coin wire, service is red, test is orange, and then obviously the blacks and stuff are my ground. There are a couple extra wires we're not going to use. There's also some other wires I need to figure out which one is 5 volts so that we can run power for the lights. Actually, it might be 12 volts. Might be this yellow wire right here. That would be my guess. So, all right. I'm going to start soldering these wires on, and then I'll run up front and grab the buttons. So I'm going to kind of do this while going fast on the video, and we will get these things soldered up. Okay, those are all soldered. If you notice, I left the straps for the ground and just soldered them. That's fine. I could have done that with the other ones, but I don't, because then I got to pull off all these stupid rubber ends, and they're a pain in the ass to get off. You have to basically cut them off. So I just solder those ones, and then I slide on the grounds and solder those so they don't fall back off. Now I got to go grab a white button. Might just grab 2 so that they match. And then we'll put those on, solder those on, and then we'll start zip tying all this nice and neat, maybe a couple little straps, and then we'll be ready to plug it into the game. Okay, I'm gonna put the buttons in now, get those soldered on, and then I'm gonna start cleaning up this wiring. Okay, control panels together. I was wrong. Those were 8-way joysticks only. So now I want to wire up the service switch, the coin door, put the coin door together, stuff like that. Then I have to figure out the latch for the control panel. I think there's 3 or 4 latches on here. I know there's one here and here. Yes, here and here. So yes, it looks like it has 4 latches total. Maybe even 5. I don't know what this is right here. Can't tell on that one. But anyways, I want to get the coin door wired up. I think there's a couple buttons that need mounted for the service switch and stuff like that. We'll get that done. And then at that point, we can get the control panel figured out. I do have things, I want to mount this real quick to the side of the cabinet. I did bring more of those standoffs out here for that. We're almost there, almost done. Once the coin door's together, hard stuff is over with. They do make a sleeve that this could slide into. Let me double check. I don't think he has one. That's why I'm putting those on there. No, I did not see one, so I mounted it on the side wall. Okay. There is a volume pot. Problem is I don't know that it would work. Possibly. Might be able to make that volume pot work that's right here. So now what I need to do is figure out, I'm gonna have to get a couple, let's get some crimp connectors. Start figuring out the wiring here. Okay, I did a little bit off camera just because there was a lot to do. So the coin door is completely wired up. It's all tied up in here. I did a bunch of wire ties and got everything nice and done. The only thing I want to do is see if I can get that volume pot to work on the board. I did put the latches back in the original spots. I marked them on here. I have not tried it yet, so hopefully it'll latch down. But I do want to plug in the controls and see if they work. And then I want to check that volume pot to see if I can't move that, because that would be nice. So let's plug this in. We'll have to probably unplug it again, but that's all right, maybe. Might be hard to line the pins up at first. That one went right in. This one's will give me a little bit of a problem. Looks like two of the pins I put in there are a little crooked, so just gotta straighten them out a little bit. Should be close enough now. We'll see. There we go. Coin lights work. I gotta switch the locks from the other coin door. That's not a big deal. So I just want to see if the 2-player works.
Let's go! Bingo! 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 Contestant 1. Bingo! Bingo! Yeah! 10 seconds. Bingo!
Okay, everything's working, so I want to work on that sound pot next. All the controls work really good. It's a lot like Robotron in a way, you know what I mean, as far as having the joysticks and the controls and everything, which is cool. Seems like a fun game. So I want to, obviously the volume's really loud right now too. But I'm gonna see if I can't take that volume pot that's on the board off the board and run the 3 wires to the board from here. I'll probably have to pin them. I'll have to run in the house and grab a connector. And then I gotta see if this coin door latches down, or this latches down, which we could just try that now actually. That one's loose. This one wants to hit the joystick. Okay, I just got one loose. No big deal. I can adjust that one. So what I did was I put the control panel in place, and I went from behind and I marked it with a marker, the inside edge of the cabinet, and then I put 2 slots of the area where that bracket needed to be. And once I get this one in here, we're gonna be good to go. So, all right, so let me look up this volume pot. We're missing a wire on it. I believe we need all 3 wires, but it would be nice to have the one right on the back of this service switch working. Here's 2 of the wires here. We can run a 3rd wire. We can put a plug here. We can desolder this one that they stuck to the back of that. So I'm gonna take this board off the other board, and we'll take it over to the bench and we'll see what's going on with that. Okay, I want to get this volume pot off of here, and we'll try it to see if we can make the other one work. I don't know. We could probably also swap it. I don't know what size the other volume pot is. This is a 5K. I did not look to see what the other one is, but I am going to, this doesn't really say which is pin 1 and which is like pin 4. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to make this pin 1. I'm going to put a black line on it, okay? Then I'm going to put a black line on this over here. Then I'll know that that lug went to that side, so that I can connect that other volume pot up the same direction. As far as if I'm looking at the volume pot this way, I know that the lug all the way to the left would go to pin 1, and then 3 and 4. I don't have my desoldering gun out here, but I shouldn't need it. Just need to melt this solder off of here. And if for some reason this doesn't work, we'll just put it back. It's not the end of the world. Okay, that's off. Got a big glob of solder here. Just want to make sure it's not going to touch any of the other pins. Okay, so that's done. I only had a 5 plug connector, so we'll just pin it. So we'll just put a lockout pin into number 2. So right here we'll put the lockout pin. Now it can only be plugged in that way. It couldn't be plugged in any other way. So now I need to go back there. I'm gonna have to run a 3rd wire, but I'm gonna go see what we have going on with that now. I'll take this with me so I can use that as a reference. All right, let's take a look down in here and we'll see what's what. What did I do with the board? I didn't bring it over here yet. So this volume pot that's on here is installed this way. So basically pin 1 would be the orange and white stripe wire. Pin 2 would be the only other one that's available, which is green and white. And then I'll have to make a 3rd wire to go over to 1, 3, and 4. So, oh man, did I take the crimpers inside? I did. Oh man, I was like, I'm gonna take some stuff up front with me when I go grab this. And I took the crimpers to put the pins on. I gotta walk back up front. But we gotta get a 3rd wire soldered on there, so I'm gonna go grab one. Probably just gonna use regular green. Too bad you guys don't get to see it with the screen and the marquee on, but he has to wait for it to come. Okay. All right, I guess I'm gonna walk up front now and grab my Molex tool so that we can get this done. Where the hell did I put my cutters? There we go. Either way, I'll get a volume pot to work. If that's not a 5K that's in there, I don't even know if 5K was the correct one they put on that board. But if worst case scenario, we could put the one that was on the board onto here, or I have a ton of them in the house, so it's not a big deal. I just want it to be accessible right here because that's the way it should be. It should not have been soldered to the board like it was. All right, let's get these pins on. Then we'll put the soundboard back on, turn it on, and see what happens. I always crimp these twice. I start with the bigger one, and I just get it kind of wrapped around, and then I tighten it up. All right, and I don't know where I put my plug at. Where did I put the plug? Too much stuff everywhere. Still on the board. Okay, so this is pin 1. Pin 1 is orange and white stripe. Slide that in. Pin 3 is the green and white. And pin 4 is the green. Okay, let me get the board put back on, and then I'll plug that in, and we'll turn it on and see if it works. All right, let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, good. I hear noise. Sounds like the volume went down. I think we're going to be all right. Hell yeah. You know what, we can go into test mode. Can we? I don't have my joystick hooked up. All right. Can't do that. That's all right. It's gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those wires zip tied up, and then I'm gonna blow out the cabinet, and then we'll put the control panel back on, wipe off the monitor, and we'll play a game or two. I don't know how to play it whatsoever. I've done no video. I haven't watched any videos on how to play the game or anything. I'm just gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try it, see what it's like. Kind of like back in the day when you went to the arcade and there was a new game and you didn't know how to play it. Nobody knew how to play it. So that's why I'm gonna do it this. So let me get those few things tied up and I'll be back. All right, it is cleaned up. I gotta clean up the monitor still, but that's not a big deal. But I blew everything out, wiped everything down. I gotta wipe the outside a little bit more. I did adjust this. All the wires are tied up. Everything's nice and neat. Everything has plugs. Everything can be unplugged if needs to be. I'm switching power supplies, nice and secure. So everything looks good. Everything's in place. So I want to put the control panel on. I got to do the door locks for the coin doors, but that's not a big deal. Do that afterwards. Let's throw the control panel back on. Okay, those are plugged in. It'll have to get unlatched when they pick it up. More than likely, depend what they come and get it with. The only one that's a pain in the ass is the stupid joysticks in the way. That's still a little loose. I'm going to tighten that up a little bit more. Coin lights work. Everything's working as it should. Marquee light works, it's just not turned on right now. Volume sounds a lot better, not screaming loud. I don't know what the settings are at or anything on this game. I don't know if it's set real hard or what.
Bingo! Bingo!
Okay, now I don't know what I'm doing. Exit, okay. Collect 10 keys.
Total carnage! I love it!
Shit. I wanted to get over to that. Oops.
Contestant 1.
I keep hitting the bombs. What the hell are you supposed to do there?
Contestant 1.
Darn it. That's difficult. Crap.
Contestant 1.
Oh yeah, I'm done for. Come on. I knew I was gonna get trapped. Damn it. Dude, that is ridiculous.
10 seconds. Contestant 1.
I think that was my eyeball.
Bingo! 10 seconds. Contestant 1.
I tried to hold my ground.
10 seconds. Contestant 1. Contestant 1. Bingo! 10 seconds.
There goes my eyeball.
Contestant 1. Woo! Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
Instantly died. Yeah, okay. I have no good weapons. That helps a little bit.
10 seconds.
Damn it. Gotta at least beat this guy. Oh no. Can't continue when it's on the boss. Pretty cool game. I don't know that I would want it in my basement. But actually a pretty damn cool game. But it's up and running, it's working. Yeah, it's a fun game. I like Robotron, so I kind of get it with this. Hell of a lot going on. I'm sure there's stuff I don't know how to do on it, of course, obviously. I've never researched it or anything like that. But it turned out nice. Everything's nice once he gets his screen bezel. Oh, you know what? I gotta cut down that piece of black plastic for him. Oops. I better do that real quick. And then I just gotta put the back doors on it. But other than that, that's about it. So let me go, I have to cut that down. Let me go grab that real quick. I have to cut probably an inch or so off the top. Right to left is good. So I'll start with that. Okay, if you're wondering how I cut this stuff, I already cut the top down. I did 2 cuts on it. I always try to be a little bit safe. So I cut an inch the first time, then I had to take another 3/8 of an inch. So how I cut this is I use these, okay? What these cutters are for, they're like 40 bucks. They're not cheap. There might even be more than that nowadays. These are, I actually have a few pairs of them. They're for putting vinyl siding on houses. So let's say you're coming up to a window or something and your piece of vinyl siding comes halfway through the window and the rest of it goes over top. You can cut it right along the window. And this works really well for this stuff. So I drew my line on the bottom here. Just a big pair of scissors that cuts vinyl, you know. It works really well. So after this, I gotta just peel off the stickers and I'm gonna put a light coat of spray paint on this just to freshen it up, make it look nice and new. So yeah, I gotta peel off these midway stickers, which actually might come off fairly decent. Yeah, nice. That guy really likes to say no way. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up, spray it real quick, and then I'll come back and just show you a final what it looks like with this at least around the monitor. All right, coin locks are in. I fixed this latch, that's good. Bezel's cut, touched up with paint and put in. So back doors are on, I am done. Another one to hit the road. I don't know if it's leaving today or tomorrow or what, but I'm done with it. So that's gonna wrap up the Smash TV restoration. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Also, if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up. Thanks for watching.